Hello friends, I do have 27 items to pull that have sold over the last couple days, but I also got my first return back, so I wanted to go through the process of that with you guys, just to let you know kind of what it looks like on the back end, and I'm actually curious as well, so figured I would go ahead and record that. I guess first thing is, let's just open it, make sure this one's not damaged. I'm not really worried, this person just said it doesn't fit. She even put it back in my bag. So basically it looks the same as I sent it to her, so no issues there. Let's come on over here. Okay, so I have my return page pulled up here. So now I have 4 returns waiting. So far, well, this one here I accepted before I even accepted returns. I just figured the price was so low that I thought they wouldn't even send it back, and they haven't yet. So they have until the 29th, so a few more days. And then these were the 2 that I talked to you guys about the other day. So this is the one we're going to refund. The shoes still have not put them back in the mail. I thought they might not as well once they realized they would have to pay $10 to ship them back and not get refunded the initial $10. So we'll see about that one. And then this one just came in, which is really sad. Those camper shoes that sold for $105. Yeah, so those, you know, it's a bummer, but once we get those back, they'll just resell again. So no big deal. All right, so let's click on issue refund here. All right. Ooh, so see, I thought maybe like there would be a button that had different types of things that you could do. Like, I'm honestly almost scared to push this because does it refund their whole amount? Let's see. Okay, request $24.26. I believe that's just the price of the shirt itself, not including the shipping. So I'm hoping when I push this button, it just, I don't know if it's automatic and then this refunds it or if there's another page after this, but I gotta push it. So let's see what happens. Okay. See, yeah. Okay, so she paid $24.26 plus the original shipping. It looks like eBay automatically toggled off the original shipping, so I do not have to refund that since she put doesn't fit. It looks like maybe if I wanted to, I could, but yeah, I'm not going to do that because I did already spend that money. I don't get it back. So yeah. All right. Well, looks like that's all we needed to do then. So great. Okay. Well, she has her refund. All right, yeah, so that already got relisted to eBay. I will get it relisted to Posh as well once we're done pulling these sales. So yeah, and then I will get it put right back into inventory because if I don't, it's just gonna sit around forever. And then once it sells again, I'm gonna be like, where did that go? So yeah, that's gonna have to be my process. As soon as I push refund, I need to get it right back into inventory. All right, let's pull some sales. The first one actually I have here because it sold, I think I listed this last night and it sold already. So the brand is NYX. Let's see. One of my favorite kind of bra brands to sell. This is from the bins. It sold for $14.54 plus shipping, but that quickly, I think that's great. Okay, EA. This is the brand Folk Madness. It's a puppet, so this is like a snowy owl. I actually found 3 of these this day at the bins, so I have 2 more to list. I would have done a multi-quantity listing, but they each had like a slight flaw in a different spot, so I need to re-photograph each one separately, but I'll just copy my title and everything from List Perfectly for all of them, so it should be really easy. This first one sold for $12.11 plus shipping. Okay, EO. This is the little Camelback handheld. I think you just put, I don't know if your water bottle fits in here or what, but it looks like you can put maybe some money or like a phone or something in the little zipper pocket. I did get this from the bins. It weighs like an ounce. It sold for $8.06 plus shipping in probably less than a month, so I think that's pretty good. Maybe. Right, we got the brand Atrax. I do like selling this brand. These ones sold quickly, but I thought they'd sell for more. I mean, I could have waited it out, but I kind of bought these for myself, and then they just were not fitting correctly once I tried to wear them one day. So I did pay $12.99 since I bought them for myself. I don't know if I would have if I just was buying them to flip. I was thinking I could still get 40 either way, so I might have. Anyhow, I listed them on Posh. Somebody offered 25, and then I countered or declined, and then they came up to 30. So I did accept 30. What is that? I get 24. So, you know, around a $10 profit. I think that's okay for a quick sale. I guess I probably would have bought them anyways at the $12.99 then. Okay, FL. This is a Gap like V-neck sleeveless knit sweater. This is from the bins. Somebody offered me 13 on Posh. I was happy to accept. EO. These sold pretty quickly as well, and I almost debated not getting them because I feel like the last few pairs I've sold did not sell quickly. The brand is Fly London, so a few years ago I would have been thrilled to find a pair of these, especially at $10. So, but yeah, this time it definitely gave me a pause. I'm glad I grabbed them though because they ended up selling on Poshmark for $47, so someone accepted that Posh VA offer that went out. Those were in very, very good condition, so if they were even a little bit rough, I probably would have left them. FI. This is the brand George, so Walmart brand, just basic button-up shirt. It is new at tag, that's why I grabbed this at the bins. It sold in just a couple days for $12.11 plus shipping, which I think is pretty good for just a Walmart button-down. Okay, EY. We got a pair of men's cool pants. These are, I believe, the Deceptor pant. I think I paid $8.99 for these. I think I made a short about finding these. And they sold for $36.45 plus ship in just a few days. Those also had a little flaw on the pocket, and they still sold for that much, so very happy. All right, I think we have some in this room today. Okay, we're gonna start in FY. So this is the brand Maeve. It is an Anthropology brand. This is a blouse from the bins. I found this, I think, on the pay for our date night haul video. It sold on eBay for $16.16 plus shipping. This might be wrong of me, but I feel like this is going to end up in a return request. So I just wanted to note it here to see if it actually happened. Sometimes I just have weird feelings like this. Chris thinks I'm crazy, but usually if anyone asks any sort of very specific questions before they buy something, they either have a problem with it or something. So we'll see. Normally, sometimes I just don't even answer the question because I'm like, I don't want the return. But now that I accept returns, we'll just see what happens. So it could be nothing. I could just be making up stuff in my head. That happens often too. So let me know. Do you guys get feelings like that just about certain... The way people ask questions sometimes just really makes me worry. Okay, we got a pair of Zero barefoot shoes. These were from a normal Goodwill recently for $7.99. Someone offered me 31 on Posh. Okay, GO. Not sure how you say this. That's the tag. This is from the bins, a really cute sweater, and it sold on Posh for $39. Someone accepted the Posh VA offer on that one. GV. Pair of Nike women's running shorts. These are from the bins. They sold for $10.49 plus shipping. GR. This is a pair of Nike Kids, I think, football cleats. I always pick these up at the bins or at a regular Goodwill if they're usually under like $5. They sell not usually for a ton, but really quickly usually, and these did less than a week for $16 plus shipping, so not too bad. Once Upon a Child, ours here does not accept cleats, so I just always list those on my own. Okay, GB. This was a pretty quick sale as well. I remember selling just like a low top pair of oboe shoes a week or two ago, and I said I have a pair of boots I need to get listed because they usually sell fast, and they did. So these boots, once I got them listed, probably sold in a week. I paid $7.99. They sold for $46.82 plus shipping. All right, and everything else is going to be in the last row. All right, box R. This sold pretty quickly. The brand is St. John's Bay, which I believe is like a JCPenney house brand. Normally I would not pick this up unless it was new with tag, but it was like a flannel lined shacket type shirt. So I've done pretty well with those in general, regardless of the brand. So I did grab it. It sold for $21.83 plus ship, and I would say less than a week. So I think that's great. Okay, CB. This is the brand RSQ. I know nothing about it at all. I bought these from the bins thinking that one of the buy-sell trades would take them. They take most denim shorts I bring them, but they did not. These have been listed probably since like last year. They finally sold for $7.25 plus shipping. Very, very happy to move those along. All right, AJ. This sold pretty quickly. The brand is Nike, but it's Wyoming Cowboys, I think it was. Just like a pair of windbreaker storm fit pants. These are from the bins. Somebody offered me $20. I was happy to accept that. AF. Got some Clark's women's slide sandals. These are from the bins. They sold on eBay for $24.26 plus shipping. DQ. These, I am so surprised how long they took to sell. I mean, they're a smaller size, but like that's really the only thing I can think because they're in very good condition. The brand is, I don't know if it's Naot or Naot. These are from the bins, but yeah, I would say these probably took close to a year to sell and finally sold for $21.83 plus ship. Like when I was doing shoes only, these were like an easy $40 flip. So, you know, a bins item into $21.83 is still great for me, but I don't know if the brand in general, you know, since I've been out of mostly shoes for a while, it's hard to know if stuff's just selling slower, what brands are not doing as well, but yeah, so if I start doing more shoes again, I'm going to have to kind of figure that out, which should be interesting. All right, Z. This was a pretty great shoe sale from the bins though. These are some Merrell, what are they, Vapor Glove, I think, so like a barefoot shoe. These are really nice though. They're leather. Normally these ones are like mesh, and I thought these would do better because they're leather, and I think they did. I listed these super high to begin with, so they've taken longer than I would have liked to sell, but I know I just dropped price last week. I was doing some sell similars, and then they just sold last night for $58.28 plus ship, so I think that's really good. Okay, CB. We got Tom and Jerry dressed up as Batman and Superman. Is that Superman? I think so. Yeah. These are both two little plushies from the bins. I found them right at the same time, and they sold on eBay for $20.21 plus ship. I did notice these were going global shipping to Mexico, so I thought that was cool. I don't know why I always think global shipping orders are cool. Probably because I've never get them back and they always go through easily. Okay, BG. Got a pair of Judy blue jeans. These are from the bins. These sold for $24.26 plus ship. I think that's pretty good. Like I said, I've noticed Judy blue going down in value, but if I can still get over 20, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, these are adorable. Just some little baby Vans. They are like little llama print, so these have taken forever to sell though. I got these from Once Upon a Child. I think they had them priced at $8.50, and I don't think I had like a $10 off that day, but I do think I used some partial credit that I got from Bins items, so I don't think my cost of goods is $8.50, but these only sold for $17 with discount shipping, so I think I'm only making 11 something. So yeah, definitely not the best flip. I don't pick up much. Like if I found these at the bins, I'd definitely grab them. But at Once Upon a Child, when I'm using my like free coupons and stuff, I try to look for something that I'm going to at least sell for 20 bucks. So I don't think most Vans crib shoes would go for over 20. All right, AE. I think this may be the oldest item in my inventory. It's hard to say for sure. I don't think my spreadsheet goes back far enough to like really know that, but I did write down when I had entered this into my spreadsheet, and it was April of 2021, so that's 4 years ago. It's a pair of Forever 21 denim shorts. The buy sell trades did not buy these. They've just been sitting in a box here for 4 years. They finally sold on eBay for $2.39 plus shipping, so I am making probably zero, maybe even some negative dollars just based on time having them and stuff. I mean, Bins weight, those didn't cost me $2, but I am so glad to move those out. People always ask, do you like get rid of your inventory like after a while, like just take stuff out and redonate? And honestly, not really, because once I went through all the work to put it in there, it's almost more work to just take it out than just leave it. Like now that this sold, I'm just shipping it off with 20 something other things. If I took it out of inventory, you know, I would have had to spend work doing that, and then I get nothing for it. So at least I get $2 back on those. I don't know. Do you guys donate stuff after a while? I know it could be a potential write-off, so let me know how you guys do that. All right, AR. I got this from my friend Brandy's Whatnot. Shout out, Brandy. The brand is 10,000. I really like selling this brand of athletic wear. I think I did pay a little bit higher on her Whatnot for this, maybe like $8 or $9, but it sold in less than a week on eBay for $24.26 plus ship. It got delivered to my house, so I'm very happy with a quick $10 to $12 profit on that. Okay, DJ. This is like a Nike Pro Hyper Warm long sleeve shirt. This is from the Bins, sold on Posh for $20 with discount shipping, so awesome. All right, last sales inbox Y. All right, these are a pair of Nike Metcons. These were actually my personal shoes. However, I bought them off Mercari with 100% free money, like credit from when you guys joined with my code. So if you're new here, I know there's a lot of new people here and you have not joined Mercari. We have a link in the description that would give you $10 off your first purchase. If you spend your 10, I get 10. And then if you decide to sell, I get, you know, more money depending on if you sell a certain amount in a certain time or not. So yeah, at the time that somebody joined my code when I bought these, I had at least over 60 something dollars because that's what I paid for them, but with the credit. So no money out of my actual pocket. And these sold on Posh. I did wear these quite a bit, and they sold on Posh. Somebody offered me 75, so I'm making back 60 in cash, which is awesome. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for watching. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to see this video Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided yet. You know, last week I put out 5 videos Monday through Friday, one each day. And then this week so far I have done Monday and Wednesday. So I don't know if one every other day is going to be better. Like if I can get it out to you, I like to get it out sooner. I don't know what you guys prefer. Let me know. Do you like a day or two between each? More than a day between each? Or if I have it ready, do you want to just see it as soon as possible? So let me know. That would be helpful to me. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like do more, you know what I mean? But like some days I have some ready, some days I don't. Anyways, tomorrow is Thursday for me, and I think I'm going to work on, I showed you guys my, my draft bank bins over here in the corner. I got some of that put away in the last week, but not enough. So they're still kind of overflowing, and my helper is going to be giving me like 75 items back in just a couple days. So I need to have room for those once they get back to fit in those bins until I get them listed. So yeah, tomorrow I think I'm going to work through those. And you guys know I've been wanting to do the Q&A video, and I keep trying to figure out how can I do that like with my free time, because I don't have free time, right? So I was thinking maybe as I'm working through that, because I have to work, maybe I can like do, you know, kind of like when we did the work with me last week where I went for my walk in the middle of the day. Instead of going for a walk, maybe I list 5 to 10 items, or at least get them typed out so I can put them away into inventory, and then I answer like 5 questions, something like that, to where I'm getting what I need to get done, also what I want to get done, which is answering your guys' questions. So, versus me, because I've been trying to like work on a list of the questions to compile them in some sort of order, and it's just taking, it's making me anxious because it's like taking a lot of my time away, and I need my time to work. So yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the Q&A video in that style, even though it's not what I had originally planned. But I do want to answer your questions. I'm really happy you guys have questions for me, and I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you know that. So yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do tomorrow, which is Thursday. And then Friday, I'm hoping to, also I'm going to get that Once Upon a Child bin packed up that I showed in my bins haul. So I might do that as part of the Q&A video too. Just like whatever I'm doing for the day, we'll just do a few things work-wise, a few questions, a few things work-wise, a few questions. So yeah. If that sounds interesting to you, I hope I will see you in that video. If you're new here and any of this reselling content sounds interesting to you, I hope you will hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be around for a while. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.